Hi, this is Vickie Spray, founder of EvolveTalk.com. So glad that you're here with us today. We're at Arts After School. We're going to interview two visionaries, two pioneers that have stepped forward with their shining light to help their community and their world to become a better place. So come on in. Come see about EvolveTalk.com. It's very exciting. Thank you. This is EvolveTalk.com's first out in the community audience live event. And we will be choosing various places. For our first one, we've chosen Arts After School. And today we have Carla Hutchinson, owner and founder of Arts. Welcome.
Thank you, and thank you so much for coming out. I'm so excited for the work that you're doing and just delighted that you're here with us today.
Thank you, Carla. Thank you. One of the reasons that I'm going to be interviewing business owners, we have a category called Business with Heart. And you are one of those people who have established something with Business with Heart. You have, yes, you have a candy machine in there that has some chocolate, but has some really, really good healthy stuff. And that was just one of the aspects of what you wanted to create in this after-school program. But I would like to know from you, when you were first envisioning Arts, what was your thought about what you wanted to create?
Well, I have to say it wasn't my vision.
Okay.
Initially it was my mom's.
Okay.
She's a medical and therapeutic foster mom. Oh. She's had close to 60 kids come through her house.
Wow.
And she came into some inheritance money when my grandmother passed away.
Okay.
She literally endorsed her check over, gave it to me and said, I want you to start a business that's good for the community, something that helps inspire children, that gives them self-confidence and lifelong skills. Wow. So I went from managing military contracts to starting a business, but it's been a wonderful adventure.
Indeed. So here at Arts, you have music, you have arts, you have dancing.
We have just about everything that you can think of. We have dance, karate, music, art, sewing, gymnastics, musical theater. I'm sure I'm leaving out lots of other things. French, we started an etiquette class.
Oh, yay!
And in our new location, hopefully we'll have cooking as well as gardening. So.
Excellent. And we're going to follow you with your new location.
Thank you.
You bring all those kids and all their parents over there and create this amazing community place. Thank you again for letting us be here today.
Thank you.
We're going to go interview two other visionaries.
All right.
We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello, live audience. Hello. Hello, mobile users. This is Vickie Spray, founder of EvolveTalk.com, doing our first live event at Arts After School. We are thrilled to be here with this live audience. We're thrilled that you're here with us. We have two guests, and our first guest is Shaman, Cheryl Moody.
Hello.
Hello, Cheryl Moody. I'm very glad you are here.
Me too.
And one of the techniques that shamans use and that you use is journeying.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about what journeying is.
Journeying is a meditation that takes your, kind of takes you out of your head through some repetitive drumming and let you have a taste, a little bit of 1 foot in the spirit world, 1 foot in reality. And typically, in the Incan tradition, there's an underworld, a middle world, and an upper world. And today we're going to visit the middle world, which would be your reality right now. The underworld would be a subconscious travel, and the upper world would be like a super subconscious travel, or like you could look at past, present, and future. So a lot of psychologists use that. So we're basically just going to go into the present time, and it would be nice, audience and everyone watching, if you had an intention as you go through the journey, and that way you can ask a question and maybe get a nice answer.
Fabulous.
And if you don't get an answer, at least you're going to have a fabulous little, quiet of the mind, and then you can try this again at home because you'll know the technique.
Wonderful. Very quickly, just every time this happens for me, I want to just scream, because this is what I want to create for Tallahassee. I want to have our local people from out of town, come in and show a viewing audience about what's going on in the spiritual and the business and the political, the health. The whole system of humanity is changing. We are evolving. So this is the kind of thing we're going to see on Evolve Talk and a lot more. So thank you.
You're welcome. I'm excited.
And everybody in there is ready? So let's do this thing.
Okay.
Excellent.
Awesome. So let's just sit up nice and straight. I'm going to take my shoes off and put my feet on the ground. And we're just going to do a series of breathing, and I'm just going to walk you through it. So breathe and work on listening to my voice. And as we get in, if something is disruptive for you, just breathe through it, okay? And we can always talk later if anybody has any questions after it's over. All right, if you can start drumming for me, dear. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. And just sit up nice and straight so we can get the chakras lined up. Release the stress in your shoulders. And just settle in. So I'd like to take you to your living room. That's a familiar place to you. Look around at your living room. You can see your couch. You can see your furniture, your picture window. You can feel the rug underneath your feet. This is a safe place for you. This is your home. Now let's walk towards the back door and step out into the grass of your yard. And we're just going to pretend there's a huge hedge at the end of your backyard. And we're going to start running towards that hedge. And we're going to just pick up some speed. And we're running. And we're going to dive through the hedge. Oh, we just landed in a beautiful meadow. The air is so clean. Oh, the sky is so blue. I can feel the green grass under my feet. It's damp and cool. I can feel the vibration of Mother Earth. Oh, I see birds chirping. I see butterflies and flowers. Oh, my meadow is so pretty. And as I keep walking, I hear a little trickle of a little tiny fountain. It's so peaceful. And I feel a slight breeze on my face. And the sun on my skin. And as I walk through my meadow, I see a park bench under a weeping willow, just enough shade that I can rest for a moment. Oh, so I sit on my bench, take a deep breath, and look around at how beautiful Mother Earth has given us this beautiful place to rest. And I need some company, so I'm going to ask for my power animal to come in. Power animal, please come to me, come to me. Speak to me in my language. Come sit beside me. Give me your wisdom. And I wait for my power animal to appear. You may want to ask their name. You may not see a total image. You may just hear a voice or see an outline or just feel a presence. As you continue to journey, other times when you're at home, you can become very familiar with your power animal and ask lots of things and build a relationship. I'd also like to call in my spirit guide. Spirit guide, please come to me, come to me. Speak to me in my language. Our spirit guide is here with us. This is a great time to ask a question, listen for an answer. If you don't have a question, just see what comes up. Just relax, and if a thought comes in, let it float out like a cloud. Continue to breathe. If a thought comes in, just let it float out. Over time, the thoughts will become less and less. Remember to breathe. Remember to relax. I'm open and willing to understand what you have to say. And now we're going to say goodbye to our spirit guide. We thank you, Spirit Guide, for coming in today. We will visit again, and we will have a better relationship as we go. And we want to say goodbye to our power animal. Thank you, power animal, for coming in and sitting with us today. We thank you for your wisdom, and we thank you for guiding us. And now we're going to get off our park bench, and we're going to stroll back towards that hedge, taking one last look at our beautiful meadow. So let's pick up a little speed and start running towards the hedge. And dive through the hedge into your backyard, through your back door, and we're now back in your living room, safe and sound. And when you're ready, you can come back to this world. Wow.
Indeed. Now I'm supposed to say something important. Oh, that was very nice.
Thank you.
You know, lots of people are moving in the West are moving toward meditation.
Yes,
and
it's fabulous.
It is fabulous.
And I can tell you what journey meditation will do for you. A short journey meditation is like a shot in the arm. So at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, instead of going for a Coca-Cola, a journey meditation will really, I always say it's like meditation for people that have ADD, because it helps you not think, and you can just go in and get this wonderful boost, and maybe something answered, and then you're back out and you're back on, doing whatever you do.
I love it for a bunch of different reasons, because this new evolution is bringing people to the idea and the truth that it's inside.
Exactly.
And that takes them inside.
Yes.
I like it because meditation is boring for me. and that gives me something to do.
Right.
I like
That's why I like it too.
Yes, and I like it because I do depend on the Spirit for my decisions and for how I move in the world, and that gives me that opportunity. Love that. I love that. Thank you.
I love that now that you know a little bit about it, you can do that yourself.
Indeed.
And you can also go on our website, it's soarwithcheryl.com, and it'll explain the other worlds that you would like to maybe travel to sometime.
And you're pre-selling your book today.
I am. I just wrote well, it's been a long time making, but it's at the printers, and it's called Finding Your True Essence. And it's basically, I've been a hairdresser for 34 years, and myself going through a transition of, you're aging and gaining weight and things like that. And noticing the outside beauty is something we all pay attention to, but moving in and looking at the inside beauty. And that's really how our shaman work began. And I'm real dedicated to helping women especially, but everyone, understand how beautiful you really are, because you're God. You're God's creation.
News break.
Exactly.
That's fabulous. And you've been doing some Shaman Says for EvolveTalk?
I have. It's
yes,
fun.
And you might continue because you're about to go on the road.
Yes, we're about to go on the road. We're going to Carlsbad, New Mexico first. We're feeling very drawn to go west.
Okay.
And I know that we have some more training that we want to get into. That Spirit is leading us west.
Okay.
But to stay involved with EvolveTalk.
Excellent, yes.
And Shaman Says, and our website, and our blog.
Yes.
So you can stay up with us.
There are people stepping up with their light. I keep repeating the New Testament statement, don't keep your light under a bushel. So thank you for bringing your light out from underneath the bushel.
Thank you.
And sharing it with the audience and sharing it with the world.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you, and we're going to take a break, and we're going to get ready for our next guest that you'll thoroughly enjoy, and his name is Dennis St. Pierre-Charles, and he's going to tell us some amazing things about the nutritional world, empowerment, health from Seed and Spirit, his new business. Thank you. Welcome back, live audience, mobile users, computer users. Thank you very much for coming back and being with us for the rest of the time. We have another amazing guest, one of those people that the universe has said, step forward with your light. Let the world know what you've learned. Let the world know how you've healed. Let the world know what you have to offer. And his name is Dennis St. Pierre-Charles. Hello.
Hello.
You've started a business. Nice to meet you. It's been so long since I've seen you. So you have started a business.
Yes, ma'am.
Called Seed and Spirit.
That's right.
And it's about food.
Yes.
And so much more than that.
Indeed it is.
Yeah, it is. What's it about, Dennis?
Well, seed is really about the physical.
Yes.
What we can see, what we can touch, especially plants.
Yes.
In our bodies.
Yes.
That is what I envision, or what I think of when I think of a seed, what is physical.
Yes.
And then spirit is really everything else. It's the universal energy. It's the integral oneness. It's what ties things together. So there's this dynamic of what is solid, or what vibrates at a lower frequency enough to where it can make something physical. And then we have the spirit, and these two things interact. And that's why I thought that it was appropriate to name the company that, because that's what I'm looking for, is to harmonize the interaction between what is physical and what is not.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that is what's happening in the evolutionary process right now. And you're one of them. Wow, thank you for coming forward. And what does this mean on your daily life? This means cooking food? This means, what does it mean?
Well, it does mean cooking food, because, what I'm interested in doing is to deliver health empowerment through nutrition education.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that I have a lot of experience in is cooking.
Yes.
I mean, I'm 35. I've been cooking for 20 plus years now.
Yes.
I started just as a small kid, and I had to have something tasty, and so I just combined a bunch of different flavors until I found stuff that goes good together. And now I've matured in that, and I've got a lot of experience and training, and so it's also a way that I can deliver love inside of you through something that tastes delicious and at the same time is nutritious and interacts with your body in a positive way.
Yes. And lately your studies have been about the healing properties of healthy food with conscious living. Yes.
And, I find it amazing, first of all, that we exist. I mean, as a person who studied biology in school and biochemistry, just for all of the randomness and chaos to come together in a way that is so harmonized that, we exist as organisms.
Yes.
And then there are plants that are on the face of this earth for us that have specific chemicals that interact with our bodies in very, very specific ways.
It's astounding.
It's just miraculous. I mean, there's no other way that I can, or there's no other word that I could think of to describe it. So, and what I'm interested in is to continue to study this very specific information. And as a student, eventually a student becomes a teacher.
Yes.
And so I've always been one to collect information and then to share the knowledge. And cooking the food enables me to prepare it in a way that is delicious, because we all know if it doesn't taste good, then you probably won't be wanting to eat it, at least on a regular basis. And so sometimes I think we do need to just take our medicine, and it's not always going to taste good, but for the most part, I would like to deliver a product that does taste good and show other people how to do that as well.
Indeed. So part of what you're wanting to do is to train other people?
Well, the education is the part that is really the most important. So to do nutrition workshops that teach people about the phytochemicals, teach people about wellness, and teach people about reversing disease. So that's where the education comes in. But then there's also providing a connection to resources. So I would love to make something, a delicious meal, and to sell it, because that helps me be able to continue doing what I'm doing to educate people. In addition to that, I would also like to teach you or someone else how to make that, because I don't expect that I should always be the person to do that.
Right.
That's just not the best way that I see it.
Right.
It'd be better if I teach somebody, and if they don't have time, then they can come and get it from me. And
That's
then,
perfect.
And in addition to that is providing a connection to the produce, like Orchard Pond Organics that's here in town, Turkey Hill Farm that's here in town. These aren't, I believe in more, I have a more open source philosophy. Like the things that I know, if it can benefit you and someone else, well, then y'all should know it too. And, the idea about, well, what about competition? We're cooperating. This is about cooperation, not
That's the new paradigm, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
We're changing now.
And it takes a lot of courage, I believe, for people to accept that if you share some of your knowledge, that you don't have to be threatened by others.
Right.
That's really, to me, a false feeling.
Yes. Little things like the word share on Facebook. I mean, that's just astounding that, these guys came up with the idea of share, because it has been so protective and trademarked, and, what I know is mine and you can't have it, and this is like share. Share what you know, share what you have, give. I love that. And it's a small and subtle, amazing thing that has entered our culture, but just the idea of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I remember watching a documentary that talked about how, is mankind really like the competitive, I'm going to be better than you, or I'm going to dominate you? In a lot of ways, yes.
Yeah.
Some people have clung to that livelihood or that way of living, but at the most basic root, it's shown in the animal kingdom, you know, and also in humans, that our true basic nature is actually to help one another.
To cooperation.
And to focus on the positive things we should be doing in our lives.
Yes.
I think that's the Zen for me.
Yes. Yes. And it is going to change your community. I mean, the fact that you have already in place these different organic farms that people have heard about because there's been the farm tours. I mean, we've been slowly etching up toward being able to do more and more with cooperation, with more organic eating, with more local food intake, for more education and what, yes, your milk comes from a cow. Mm-hmm. that commercial where the kids are like, you know, where's your milk come from? Well, it comes from the grocery store. And I'm like, no, there's something else there.
Your vegetables don't come from a box. They're just put in that to deliver it to you.
Right, so things are changing. Well, so your day would look like maybe doing cooking, maybe doing some training, getting with people to try to get them to understand this new thought process. What is it how is it that you're trying to get people to understand this?
Well, let's say that a person comes in and they have a specific health ailment or illness.
Okay.
Well, what my role, as I see it, is to introduce them to doctors, physicians that understand a holistic approach to what they need.
Yes.
And a nutritionalist, and then we can take that information and build a eating program that's based on them, to either teach them how to do it themselves, to provide it for them, mm-hmm. or to give them a resource to somewhere to get it.
Right.
I mean, the end goal is, so long as a person can learn what they need to do and have access to it, you know, that's what needs to happen. I believe that my purpose is to disseminate information mm-hmm. and knowledge about healing. Now, you know, there's the seed and the spirit. Mm-hmm. I see this as health mm-hmm. for the body, and then wellness for your spirit.
Yes, yes, yes. And the interconnection that is just inseparable, evidently.
Sure. And there's a prime example earlier before our interview today. I had lunch. It's a miso soup. Mm-hmm. So it's an interesting thing about miso soup. In a Chinese herbal formula book, the miso soup is actually, it's a formula. So you can take these, let me see here. Scallions in prepared soybeans, which that's what miso is. It's a fermented soybean product. This unblocks your yang qi, which is your energy that protects the backside of your body, and on your exterior, and then it also induces sweating, so we can get rid of the pathogen that's in us. So this is a great example of how the physical seed, or what exists in our world, the plants, are able to heal us and interact with our energy, or the spirit.
Yes.
And then it goes the other way too. You know, there are thoughts and emotions are way more powerful than most people give credibility for.
Yeah.
You know, just like the idea of extreme grief can cause lung cancer, or distress causes dis-ease. So, you know, these are things that if we're conscious of them, then we can be aware of, what do we think? What are our emotional cycles? You know, taking control of those things and gaining empowerment through those things.
Yes.
It's just so beautiful to me that we all have a choice of what we can be. We can be victims, we can be ill, or we can be healthy and thriving and cooperating. And it's all a choice.
Indeed.
And despite the world, you know, we live in a paradise.
We do.
I mean,
God,
this place is an oasis of all the stars in the universe and galaxies and everything else. You know, we have water in liquid form here.
Yes.
We get sun energy that goes into nutrients called phytochemicals in our food.
Yes.
And those, along with hundreds of other cofactors, are specifically designed for us.
For our bodies.
And it's all here.
Yes.
And so it's an awakening.
It is awakening.
I suppose it's been something that I've certainly been going through, that I'm just, in the beginning of, I would say, throughout my entire journey, at least in this lifetime. And I look forward to learning more and to sharing more as I go.
I'm so glad that you've chosen to do that and that you're so passionate about it, because it takes the passion. We're in America, we're not a very old country. The West is not, but you go to the East and you go to the indigenous folks, and they have connected the different various compounds of the earth to our body for a long time, and we're catching up. We're catching up. We are moving away from pharmaceuticals in a very slow, tedious manner, but we are waking up, and you're part of that waking up. So I'm indebted to people like you. So thank you very, very much.
It's my pleasure.
We will keep our eyes on you. Your word empowerment got me. To connect eating, nutrition with empowerment was not something that I had ever done. So thank you. And you'll come back?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you. You've been a great audience. Thank you. Give Dennis a good Evolve Talk welcome. Thank you for joining us. We will be back. We will be here and there, Tallahassee, various places. We will have more of live events, because this rocks for me. Sorry y'all couldn't join us. There's some food in the back. We're going to be eating that. Thank you again. Keep your eyes open for EvolveTalk.com. We're going to be around, and we're going to change community. We're going to change Tallahassee, at least. Thank you again. Bye-bye.